Hey guys, what's up? It's Garrett Henderson. How are you? So, I get tons of questions, so I want to answer some of your questions. And the first question is, how do I get more work? I can't tell you how many times I get that question. All right, here's where we're going to go. We're 2024. How do you get more work? Number one, are you Google verified? Let's go back. Are you licensed? Are you insured? Are you bonded? Are you legal to do work in the United States? Because if you're a handyman or you're trying to get a permit from someone else, I'm not your guy. I don't have advice for that. So, but for the legitimate licensed, state licensed electrical contractors, here's my answer on how you can get more work. Are you Google verified? Get the Google verification. Make sure you have that green check mark next to your name, next to your company name. Two, your goal is to get at least 10 5-star reviews. 10. Ultimately, you want to get at least 50 5-star reviews before you get a negative review. Now, you're going to get a lot of trolls. A lot of people are going to hate you or are angry, and they're going to post false reviews. So you got to weed through those. Those are pretty obvious. I had a guy from a TikTok guy who just hated me because I'm not union, and he wrote, "Oh, he did work for me, and then just took a shit and left a mess in the bathroom." And I was, where the hell did this come from? So you can see those crappy reviews, and a lot of times they'll just either go away or you can get those expunged. So people know the real, true, legitimate reviews versus these trolls. Now, if you do have a review that's not good, and you did a bad job, or whatever the case may be, your job is to correct that as much as you can. Now, just like my other video, I had said I had posted a bad review from Italcraft, which is a kitchen cabinet manufacturer from Italy. Italcraft. They're like a really high-end, beautiful kitchen design and cabinets. Well, I have those in my Miami properties, and in one of them, the door cracked or there was an issue. And anyway, I had just terrible service, and I had to post a bad review. I was that frustrated. Well, because of that bad review, man, the manager saw that and called me, and the salespeople called me, and they remedied that situation as fast as they could, and they followed up with, "Hey, can you please remove that bad review?" And I certainly did. So whether you have to give some money back, whether you have to do something gratis, something, whatever you need to do to get that person to rescind that bad review, you do, okay? So that's the really big tip. Second thing is, if I Google electricians near me, your name should come up in the top 3 after the 3 monster posts. You know, your Angie Leads, your, the top guys that just, dominate. They pay so much money. You don't need to pay anybody. Don't get into that trap. Don't pay SEO, search engine marketing. Don't pay anybody. It just takes time, and it just takes keywords. So make sure you put the right keywords in and just take time, and your name should come up in your town. So if you Google electrician near me and you don't see your name and say in the top 6 or 10 of the 3 that are going to be paid, and then the top 5 after that, you'll get there. Keep working on that. Second thing is, or maybe this is third, I don't know, but how do I know you're an electrician? If I ride by your house, do you have a van that says, "Hey, Smith's Electric"? You put a little sign on your mailbox. Do you have a telephone pole? Do you have a yard sign? How do I know you're an electrician in the neighborhood? Maybe you're a new company and you graduated high school in that area, and people want to know, "Hey, Smith, I didn't know Smith was an electrician from high school." Right? So you want to make sure your neighbors know that you're an electrician. So anybody in your neighborhood, that's your spot. Mark your territory just like a dog pisses over another dog. Make sure that nobody is getting in front of you in your neighborhood. And if they are, that's your attack point, right? Now, you don't want to bash them. You don't want to do any, you want to do it legitimately, right? You want honor and ethical. You're a licensed electrician. We're above and beyond the pettiness. And again, if you don't get paid, you don't go there and post videos of you ripping stuff out and pulling things. We're better than that, guys. We're not measly carpenters that have this hand to mouth, okay? We're electricians. We're experts. We're licensed, okay? That's why we get paid the money we get paid. So the other thing you can do is, besides riding through the neighborhood and making sure everybody knows you're an electrician, you have to swallow your pride. Some people consider electricians to be blue-collar losers. Well, let them think that. You're getting paid to be an electrician. I had to swallow my pride a lot. When my dad retired from public service electric and gas when he was 60 years old, and I'm almost 60 years old. And I could remember standing with him in a blue janitor's uniform with my name on it. And I was so proud that I was wearing that because I was in my own business. And I wanted to let everybody know. And my dad was like, "What are you wearing?" I'm like, "Hey," because to me it was the business, the money of it. I didn't care what people think. So some people, they have this stigma where they want to be, "Hey, I got 15 vans and 15 guys." No, you're by yourself. You're working out of your car. You're wearing a janitor's uniform with your company logo on it. So what? Think of the future. Think of the money. So that's a skill set you need to work on. The next thing would be, as long as you've done what you can with a yard sign or on your mailbox, hey, Smith's Electric, your van, your reviews, you're verified, right? The next thing would be a loss leader. What is a loss leader? Well, that's something that you would sacrifice in order to get a customer, okay? Example, how I did it. A loss leader would be a $59 ceiling fan installation. Hey, you hire Smith's Electric and we'll come and we'll put a ceiling fan up for you for $59, and then you have a little caption on the bottom that will say to remove an existing fan and replace with an existing fan, right? What happens? Well, most people don't have a ceiling fan. They want it changed, right? Most people want it new. $59 ceiling fan, but Mr. Customer, you don't have a fan. If you look, it says here to remove a fan and put a fan up. Are you trying to deceive? No, you're not trying to deceive, because if you do get those jobs, you're not making money at $59, but you have to honor that. So when I did it for $39 in the 90s. In 1990, I did a money mailer, a Val Pack, $39 ceiling fan installation. And that's when I knew it was time for me to quit my job, because I was starting to get all this work coming in. I had a used pickup truck. I kept my expenses really low. Well, I had no choice because I had terrible credit when I started. Terrible credit. I was in a one-bedroom, so I didn't have any money and credit, so I had to be humble, right? But I would show up and they would be like, "Yeah, I want the fan here in the bedroom." And I'd be like, "Well, there's no fan there." So now you got a special box, you got to run a 3-wire, you got the switch, you mount the fan. The jobs would turn into $100 back then, $80. Now you're looking at $300-$400 that you can get. And now they know who you are. Plus, make sure you get a little magnet or a sticker that you put on the panel. Because when lights go out in the middle of the night and they see Smith's Electric, they're going to call you, right? So make sure people know who you are. Be cordial. Don't be cheap. You don't have to be the cheapest guy, but you want to be the guy that's going to show up, right? Answer the phone. Answer the phone, right? If you advertise 24-hour service 7 days a week, hey, answer the phone. And if you don't want to go, you just charge more money. But being accountable and being known, especially in your neighborhood, is your number one goal. How are you going to tackle competing with me and others if you can't tackle your own neighborhood? So that's how I would say how you would get more work. Now, I can go on and on the subject. Hold on one second. I'm going to read the next question. Okay, next question was, I'm ready to take my test. Any recommendations on taking the test? Absolutely. Look, if you've just finished your apprenticeship school, or you've got your hours in, or you've got your years in, and you've got that beautiful letter that comes in that says, this is not it, but hey, you're now able to take the license. You've been approved to qualify to take the test. That's awesome. First, you go out and you celebrate, okay? Next is you join a class, either an online class like a Mike Holt class, or maybe there's a local guy. I don't think they do it anymore. When I did it, I went to a church every Wednesday night for like 10 weeks, and he taught us how to take the test. He knew the key words, he knew the key questions, and in fact, he used to get questions back. He would ask all of us, hey guys, when you get done with your test, could you email me a question that was on the test, so that he could help prepare the next class? So that helped me tremendously, because I didn't have a lot of experience when I got my license. So take a class to learn on what subjects that's going to come up in the test. Now, when you do take the test, it's time management, and I can't stress that more. So what you're going to do is you're going to sit down. Usually it's the Pearson View, and I recommend you watch YouTube videos on how to take the test, whatever it is in your state. So I just did mine again in Florida. and I failed the first time around, the business part, because I'm looking, it was open book, and I'm just like looking through, and all of a sudden the screen went out. And I didn't realize that if I would have clicked like F1, it would have showed me a timer. And they only give you like so many minutes. And I was like, so. Then I went back the next time and I aced it, because what you should do is just breeze through every question, right? You start off with one, boom, what size wire for a number 12? What size wire for a 20 amp circuit? And it will be like 10, 12, 14, 16, boom, 12, right? You rip through the whole 100 or whatever questions. You answer all those vanilla ice cream easy ones, right? And then when you take the test, you can put a little asterisk next to, now listen to me, listen to what I'm going to tell you. You're going to put a little asterisk on the test because you're working on a computer. So you'll be able to highlight the question you want to come back to. But don't do what I did. You want to mark B or C on every question you don't answer. Okay? You're going to have A, B, C, and D. So, boom, first one comes up. What size wire for number, 20 amp circuit? Boom, 12, boom. Next one is conduit fill. How many wires can you put in a 1-inch conduit, number 10 wire? Damn, that's going to cause you to open up the book and go look at the calculations and look at the tables. So what you're going to do is just going to put B, and you're going to put a little mark next to it and go on. You're going to go to how many ground rods do you need in a residential service? 2, 4, 6, 1, boom, 2. You're going to go through all the easy ones and any one that you have any thought of. And even though you can get the answer, but you got to go through the book. Make sure you put your tabs on your code book. You don't have to buy them with them on. You can buy the tabs. You put your own tabs on. But you mark a letter. You always answer the question, and then you go back to it. And that's the lesson I learned that I didn't do. So when I didn't pass my business one, it's because I was going back. I left them empty. And then I'm going back and I'm looking because they were asking me questions like, what act was this? In 1947, there was an act of, I was like, what does this to do with electric? But it was there in the book. So that's how you take your test. You take your test. Now you'll know, I think, immediately now if you pass or fail. And congratulations, man. And if you fail, so what? So what? You take it again, okay? You will even challenge yourself more. So don't get frustrated if you don't pass the first time. Your goal is to get that coveted license, that license to steal, that license that makes us become the top earners in our nation. Now, how to become a top earner is a subject for another video, but those are the 3 questions that I just got. I'm running out of time. You guys are probably gone already. I really appreciate you guys making a comment or liking if you like this type of content. My name is Garrett Henderson, and I will see you on the next one. Goodbye.